This time on NTS Adventures.
We saw a bird fly here. He's more than likely gone, and I'm gonna try and see if I can scare him out here somehow. Life is good! Welcome to NTS Adventures, everybody. Beautiful, cool, crisp morning here in the Ottawa Valley. Woke up this morning to 0 degrees. Lots of frost on the windshield. Somewhere around 10 or 11 o'clock it's going to break to be about 9 or 10. Should be perfect conditions for some bird hunting. They'll start to come out onto the trails and tracks, warming their blood up. Maybe picking up a stone or two, letting their food digest. They'll be taking a nap, and then all of a sudden, they'll feel the fury of a couple number 6 shot pellets going through their rib cage. Their last sight on Earth will be me or Mark walking towards them with a shit-eating grin on her face as we rip their legs out of their stomachs. Stick with us for 20 minutes or so. You guys might enjoy it. Secondary mission today is trying to find this lake that Mark and I have been looking for a couple of years. Yeah, Mark and I have been looking for this lake for a couple of years now, and a couple of weeks ago when we were out with our wives, we found the south side of it, and well, today we're trying to find the north side of it. Essentially, we're trying to find the best way to get in there with lots of equipment, i.e. enough equipment to spend the night on the ice, which is something we like to do. So we just came back here to this hunting camp, and we talked to this fella here, really nice fella. And essentially what's happening here, I'll bring your attention to it. If you look down here, this is Wormy Lake here. You can see our track from when we went in last week. You can see how we came in up here and we went up. Now that was a really good route. We think that we can get in there with equipment, i.e. toboggans and whatnot. Now you can see where the cursor is here. We're trying to find out if there's a way from here to here that might be better. And the reason why, you might ask, well, if this route here is good and you know you can bring toboggans in, why are you even trying to find a route in from here? Well, the answer is simple. Because we don't know how far the main road, this being the main road here, let me do it this way. This being the main road here, we don't know how far that's plowed. So it's really for our own ease of getting into it, for lack of a better word. You know, it's one half does another. Do we unload our trailers back at the gravel pit and come in with our machines when we're tracked up, which will be a couple of weeks? Or can we take our trucks further down the main road here and unload somewhere closer to Wormy? Because ultimately, as much as we enjoy spending time in our buggies in the wintertime, ultimately when we're bringing a lot of equipment in to spend the night, the less of a distance that we can travel with that equipment is better, for a lot of different reasons. Breakages of equipment and issues with getting stuck, and just generally the challenges there is associated with hauling in gear for a long distance. And we're talking, you know, 2 toboggans we're pulling behind our buggies, and I usually have a tent and some other stuff on my roof rack, so pretty heavy load. And if the snow is deep, it's a bit of a challenge for the machines. Not that they can't do it, we have done it before, but if there's an easier route, if you will, we'll take it. Anyway, that's what we're up to here. Stay tuned. I think it's going to be a good day. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick walk down there. Just want to see where those boulders start.
Well, I think the issue is when we get over here a little way.
Yeah, there's those, as the boulders come down here, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to take a quick look, Mark.
Yeah, by all means, brother. I'm going to, I'm just going to take a little walk up this way here to the left, Colin.
Okay. Okay. Mark and I came down this route a couple of years ago, probably 3 years ago now, and I actually brought my my side-by-side down here early winter. I think it was the first week in January. I remember it was a real snowy day, and Anyway, his side by side up in the field there, and I decided to try and come down and see how close I can get to the lake with my tracks. And well, I got down here somewhere, you'll see, and I got into some really big boulders. And as I was turning around, I bent my anti-rotation arm on one of my back tracks. And Mark and I had to straighten it out, and the only way we could straighten it out was with a 20-ton press. That's how dense that steel is. But yeah, it was right down there is where I got stuck. You can see the boulders down there. And anyway, essentially, if I keep going down that way, you'll get to Wormy Lake, which is, we know for a fact is there because we've walked there. And so now we have decided that this obviously isn't the route we would take if we're bringing in equipment, because we would have to obviously unload up there and haul everything down there. Which honestly 15 years ago 15 years ago wouldn't have been an issue. Honestly, we would have done that like a lot of people walk in the park, truthfully. But we're a little older now, and a lot of injuries, and our cardiovascular fitness isn't as good as it used to be, albeit still pretty good for guys who are, well, Mark is over 60 and I'm rapidly approaching 60, so pat on our back, I suppose. Anyway, we'll get back up here and we'll continue the hunt. Yes, it does.
Keep the horns in this.
Yeah. So that's obviously a little bit old. If you see that fresh, you take that as a sign, eh?
If you see that fresh, that's fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll walk along and you'll see fucking these things are all nibbled off.
Yeah.
Cows walk grazing as they're walking, right?
What, on the buds?
Yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, that's all fucking.
All right, well, now we know. Anyway, Mark, our curiosity has not killed the cat.
No.
Well,
we knew that this coming this way into here was Wormy Lake. We just didn't know about the other one.
yeah, and I mean, at one point you and I were thinking about cleaning it up down there, but what's the point if we can get in through that other way, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like slick.
Yes, sir. All right. This was that perch lake he was talking about, right?
Yeah, he said it was stocked by mistake a couple of times. I could see it.
Yeah.
It's not much fucking different size.
No. It's close too.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it, you know, to fish it for a couple hours one day. Because if there's jumbo perch in there, that'd be a fun day in its own right.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe there's still one or two trout kicking around in there. Who knows?
I'm sure there is. If they're in here, they're probably a healthy size. With all, you know, seeing all those windows and that there.
Anyway, I marked it. It's something we keep in the back of our mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moose.
Huh.
Moose kill.
Huh. This year, you think?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. That could be local coyote. Moose fucking
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody's lucky enough to have a tag at home.
well, yeah, if it was a fucking tag.
I don't know. I know so. I think there's a deer stand back here somewhere. Yeah, there's a little bit of a one here. I think there's a stand up here. Oh, here's the whole hide here, Mark. I'll take a quick walk up here. Those are scrapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An old bull moose. Up that fucking high.
What's he scraping with?
His horns.
His horns?
Yeah.
Was he trying to shed them, or what's he doing?
No, he's sharpening them up, getting them ready for the fucking
For battle?
The cow wars.
Who gets the mate? Is it really? That's how they sharpen them?
Yeah, they beat them. They fucking go all the way up to here.
Oh,
That's a big old fucking bull.
huh. Pretty cool.
See where the fucking branches are snapped off, right?
Yeah.
Snap.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That one over there, that's a young buck.
Yeah.
Normally they'll sharpen them up on something bigger. He's just beating fucking branches. That's all.
Yeah.
Trying to knock the velvet off.
Yeah. Huh. Cool.
Right, told you about the nipping.
Yeah.
The nibblings.
Yeah.
See? Dink.
Oh.
And see how short and stubby these things all are?
Yeah.
That's when the cows are walking. They're just walking and they're grazing as they're walking.
Oh,
And they
okay.
nibble
So this
off.
is just new growth coming through where they've nibbled off. Hmm.
Yeah, see, a lot of people fucking, when they go out and they're doing their records for moose, they're looking like this.
Yeah.
They want to see the tracks, right?
Right.
Well, fucking tracks washed away.
Right.
And you get your head up, you look up a little higher, like, oh, this shit right here. Like that.
Yeah.
That's all fucking moose fucking caused that.
Huh. I cannot believe we haven't seen a bird yet, brother. This is crazy, man.
Well, yeah.
No sun.
I think that we're, because it's not a fucking bit of a drive. Nope. There's probably any other fucking birds too.
Good hunt, buddy. Good hunt. Thank you. You're right. This old satchel's seen a lot of birds. Yeah, it was my dad's. When I went back to in the summer to clean out inventory, like my mom said, grab what you want. I was like, I remember stuffing birds in this backpack when I was 6 years old, man. He flew right across the field here. He might be treed.
Twitchy, them motherfuckers. Twitchy.
Oh yeah. Time for some lunch, I guess. Watch these pine needles. I'll take your feet right underneath you.
Yeah, that fucking trail.
Well, when do you want to hit it? First ice?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty of it is, it should be pretty easy to figure out. Drill a couple holes, drop your transducer, take a peek,
Yeah.
and if you're not on them,
Move.
it's not hard to move.
No. I mean, brook trout are going to be, they should be in the shallow end of the lake.
You'd think, yeah.
And for me, that. Look at hitting the river one or two more times, and then.
Well, I think we should, I'd like to be home by 3-ish. So we could, if you don't mind, I mean, just start hunting our way back slowly.
Yeah.
Hit a couple of the side trails. There's a handful more on the way back, right? So, as you know, hit them, and hopefully you can get a bird, and one each, and that would make for a perfect day.
I'll get a bird bonus if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lunch is complete. We've accomplished our secondary mission of finding that lake. Now we're going to get back on to primary, which is getting a few more birds before the end of the day. Seen 2, shot 1 so far. Hasn't been a good day like I thought it was going to be, but such is life. We'll continue the hunt. Stay tuned. Take your time. You got to take your time back here, because these rocks, you'll end up bouncing on them, and
can do a lot of damage to your skid plate. I got a composite skid plate. It's already broken in a few places. We're gonna have to get it replaced, but it's from those rocks there. Sometimes it's unavoidable. You're gonna hit them, but you do your best not to. That's all there's to it. I'll let Mark take the lead so he can get the next bird. We saw a bird fly here. He's more than likely gone, and I'm gonna try and see if I can scare him out here somehow. Yeah, it's pretty tough when they fly like that. Unless you've maintained visual contact throughout most of their flight, which we didn't this time. It's pretty hard to find them. Sometimes they'll just sit still and they won't even budge. Pretty hard to find them. They got really good camo. That gray and brown really blends into this foliage. Oh well. Mark's still in, I think. Oh fuck, there he is, there he is. He was right there, he was right there. He was right there, I knew it. You guys heard him fly? Now this is going to be tricky. This is thick, 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 thick. He might have treed. Okay. We're going to be ready because if he hears us, he's going to fly. Where'd you go, buddy? There's another one that flew this way. Yeah, no, I just unloaded, and he was pretty disciplined. He didn't make a noise until I unloaded. It's like he knew what was going on, because as soon as that shell was out of the chamber, he took off like 10 feet from me. And he landed in these spruce here. I think he's treed. No, he's gone. Where is he? That's 3 on this little stretch.
Because when I had fucking seen it, he was right here. And then by the time I got my rifle, I could see him. He just stepped up, just stepped right up here, right in here. And then I could see him kind of working his way this way.
Yeah.
And I thought if I get down around the corner, maybe I can get a. Like that, yeah. He must have just got right over here and went that way.
Jesus.
But that would be the one.
Honestly, how? How and why? Interesting. Very interesting. How and why does a 10-speed frame end up in the middle of the bush like this? Very interesting. Well, that's it for this episode, everybody. Once again, nothing too serious there. It's a great morning in the bush. Had a lot of fun. Shot 1 bird, saw 3 or 4. Really skittish today. It wasn't the day I expected. The sun was supposed to come out, but it didn't come out. And it stayed cold, and now it's starting to rain. So not ideal partridge weather, if there is such a thing. But that's okay. Like I always say, it's catching a fish or shooting a bird is the icing on the cake. It truly is. Anyway, tomorrow is Remembrance Day in Canada. Somber day for many veterans, which I am, and of course Mark is, and a lot of the people in my circle are. So we'll be paying our remembrance and to our brothers and sisters who have fallen, and to the servicemen and women who continue to serve. It's a tough job that they do, and it's an important job. Anyway, remember what I say, everybody. Life is hard. Have fun and support your troops. We'll see you next time on NTS Adventures. Colin out. In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.